With the holiday season coming around, I found a great deal for buying comic books at an LCS. Hey YouTube, it's Matt here. I was able to go to one of my favorite LCSs, Codex Comics in Ebensburg, Pennsylvania. It's a nice store run by a husband and wife team, and they're just absolutely great people. But I was able to get a nice deal there. What they did is they had a bunch of back issue books, and they were selling them for 50% off of their already low priced books. Now, this is a nice set of books that they have. Last year, I was able to find the first appearance of Shang-Chi, and I paid $1 for that book. I also know I have a good friend who was able to pick up Legend of the Blue Marvel #1. Okay, he found a very high-grade copy, and I think he only paid a couple bucks for the book. This is a great LCS, and they love giving out deals. So today I was up there, and my son and I were there, and we came across some super good deals. And guys, we didn't pay a whole lot of money, and I picked up a minor little key, but I didn't just pick up one copy, I picked up two, and my son also found a nice key. Now, new comic books here. This is a book that's on my pull list, but hey, I saw this, I had to pull this. This is Gunslinger Spawn #2. Love this cover, okay? It is just a super action shot. Love that. It's thick stock paper too. Marvel, take notice of this, okay? That was from Image. This is from Boom Studios. House of Slaughter #2. And again, the paper stock is a little bit higher quality, but the price of the book isn't necessarily higher. So I think some of the big two need to take notice of what some of these independent comic book publishers are putting out. Now, this is a book that I absolutely don't like to read, but I ended up, one of the copies that I had ended up going to another home, and I saw this, and for $1, I had to put it back in the collection. I think I have 3 copies of this book right now. I've talked about it in recent videos. This is not my favorite series. In fact, I really don't like it. I don't know why I picked it up. I just kind of had to. Had to make the world right again. Now, here is a super cool book. This is Semper Fi for all you Marines out there, okay? Awesome comic book series. Obviously, it's about the Marine Corps. And speaking of military themed, here is Punisher, the NAM. I don't know if it's the NAM or the NOM, or I don't know what it is, but anyhow, this is Punisher Invades the NAM. I saw another cool book. Now, if the books that I got were not bagged and boarded but were back issues, they were $1, but they were actually 50 cents because that was the deal that was going on. Well, this is New Avengers #3, just like the Century cover on this. I came across another awesome book, okay? This is one of those books that if I see it at an LCS, I'll never go looking for Fathom #0. But if I see it, I pick it up every time. I love this Michael Turner art. He's one of my favorite artists by far, but he's done a great job. I was introduced to Michael Turner by reading Witchblade, back in the 90s. But I just really enjoyed his art style. But he's also done, Fathom very, very well in other books that he's done. Oh, here is another military theme book. This is actually Showcase Presents #104. Okay, Spies at War. Gotta love that. Absolutely. Guys, listen. Nobody can argue that the Nazis were the bad guys. So, whenever you see them, you know that the good guys are fighting for, justice and all that other good stuff. So, it makes for a good read. Now, Anachronic Comics, this is a shout out to you. I saw a Booster Gold. I ended up picking up Booster Gold #8. And honestly, I've read Booster Gold before. It's decent. I'm not saying it's a horrible read, but I bought this just because of you, Joe. I was like, you know what? I got to give this another shot. Now, I ended up picking some Amazing Spider-Man books. And a lot of the stuff that I talk about, I've mentioned in other videos before. Well, I almost have a complete full run of Amazing Spider-Man. I have a bunch that are sub 100 that I haven't picked up yet. And for the most part, I have every other book that from 100, I think it's 111, 110 actually, all the way up to modern day. But I am missing a solid handful of the Volume 2. Now, the Volume 2 started in 1999, and it ran until 2004, and it ended with, I believe it was issue 56. They went back to the original numbering, which would have been, or actually it was 59, which would have been issue 500. So, anyhow, I'm missing some of those 50, or 59, I guess. And so I was able to pick up issue 42, helping fill in holes, issue 37 right here. These books, for the most part, as of now, are not very expensive, and I'm not going out of my way to get them. It's just if I find them at a LCS, I will pick up those Amazing Spider-Man titles, as long as they're at the right price. And number 32, Amazing Spider-Man Volume 2, issue number 32. Now, the original ASM, it ran out at issue 441. So issue 1 of Volume 2 would have been like issue 442, but they just started the numbering over again. Another good book, and because it was at a nice discounted sale, Philadelphia number 1. This is a book that came out a couple years ago, and it's still running right now. But there was a lot of hoopla about Philadelphia. And so I have a couple copies of this. I ended up picking up another one. Now this is the one I'm kind of excited about, okay? There's a minor character, and I really like this character. She's very well written, American Chavez. Well, this Marvel Now .1 is the first appearance. This book came out in 2014. It's the first appearance. In fact, she's on this card right here. And I'm going to have to take a picture of this and blow that up. But she is not only in the book, she's also on the cover. And again, this is Nick Fury, forgive me, throwing out these deck of cards. And she's on it. Or, actually, it's not cards, it's books. Forgive me. I just gave it a real quick glance. But not only did I pick up one copy, I got two. Why? This is a character that I can see a lot of promise with going forward. So, these two books are pretty high grade, and they're definitely eventually, I'm not saying right away, but I have CGC in mind to send those with. I can't speak. I have it in mind to send those books to CGC. Don't ask. Sometimes when you get in front of a camera, words just come out and not the way you want them to. But this is one of those books I picked up just because it's one of those really cool 90 books that a lot of people have, but I don't. So I wanted to get this Gambit number 1. I do believe this is the first Gambit solo series, okay? Now, my son Spencer, he was able to pick up a pretty cool book. Now, he was able to pick up what he's been looking for this book, he told me. This is issue 497 where Bane breaks Batman's back. So, really cool cover right here. High grade book, actually. So, Spencer was able to get a really, really dope book. Also, in the mail today, dropped a really cool AOK from a great subscriber, Mass Snow. Now, Mass Snow, he has a really cool story. Now, at Walmart, there is a brand of comic books, Allegiant, that is only sold at Walmart. Well, I've actually read some of these stories, but people were upset with Walmart. Not because of the comic books, not because of the stories, because they put a sticker on the cover of these comic books. Can't figure out why that would be a good thing for them to do, but they actually have a price sticker right on it. I've tried taking it off before. It's hard to do. I was having a little bit of success and just ripped a little bit of the paint off of the cover. Well, Mass Snow is one of only 4 people in the entire world to have a CGC 9.8 of Bass Reeves. Now, I really like Bass Reeves because Bass Reeves is a true historical figure, okay? Check him out. He was a cowboy in the 1800s in the state of Texas or the territory. I guess it was a state back then. But this guy is, if you pardon the expression, this dude is absolutely BA. Really cool to read about. They actually have a nice comic book about him. Matt Snow was able to get that 9.8 because he took his time and he just slowly got the sticker off of it. And there's all kinds of adhesive on the sticker. Not as easy as it sounds to pull a sticker off, because the sticker was very, very adhesive. He just took his time, did a good job. Well, he had a second copy that he had not sent to CGC yet. Guys, I'm telling you, this is a high-grade copy. I'm super stoked about this because I like the not the character. I like reading the history of different people in the world. Bass Reeves was an absolutely cool dude back in the 1800s, okay? And I'm glad that they honor him by writing a comic book about this real-life character. I hope you liked this video. If you do, hit that thumbs up, hit that subscribe button down below, and leave a comment. Now, guys, I want to thank everybody for watching, and you have a great day.